All right, here we go. All right, so, wrong test. Okay, so number one. Now remember, this is going to be a lot like your test, right? You're going to have 33 problems. Wow. All right, here we go. Problem number one, sketch the graph of each line, okay? So, we need two what? Letters.
Letters.
Right? What letters are those?
X, Y, and X.
No, well we could use Y and X
M and B.
to plot one point, right?
M and B.
But M and B will plot the line. Alright, so our goddess equation, Y equals mx plus b, right? The slope, or the face, negative slope, positive slope, no slope, none is straight up and down, no slope, flat is zero slope, okay? That's rise over run, or delta y over delta x, or the change in y over the change in x, right? Which is equal to m. Now if I were to write this equation, okay, the equation for this is y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Does anyone remember the phrase we used to try to figure this out when we're given 2 points? Anyone remember the phrase?
No.
Flip.
Flip. I don't know.
No one remembers the phrase?
I know.
Flip it.
I don't remember. I don't remember, Dan. Sorry.
Flip it in what?
Change it. Switch it.
Oh my gosh. Really?
We've been gone for 4 days, you know how long that is?
You guys, come on, man. Ah! That
Don't
hurt.
save yourself now.
Alright. Flip it. Are you guys writing it down?
No.
Is it in your notes? Oh, maybe that's why we don't know it yet. We've been doing this for 2 months before we went to Christmas break.
Dan, I don't even know where my notebook is.
Carlos, grab a new one. Up there in the cabinet up on the far left.
You just got it.
Okay. Flip it and smack it. Okay?
Yeah, that makes
Does
sense.
anyone remember that?
I remember it. It's flip it and smack it.
You're weird, Dan.
Alright? I'm weird, but remember, I use these terminologies so that you can retain that information. Now get this. Number one of this on this problem right here is really easy. Okay? Number one says this. X minus 4y equals 8. Now, we can do like last quarter and do what? Plug in 0, right?
Yes.
And solve. Okay, negative 4 goes into 8. Negative 2 times,
Yes.
right? So that would be 0 and negative 2. Okay? If I plugged in a 0 for y, well then x is just equal to 8. And that's a real easy way to be able to plot it. 0 in the x direction, that means I'm on the y-axis. That is the y-intercept, negative 2. The y-intercept at negative 2. The x-intercept is where? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay? And you do what?
Keep flying.
You graph it. It's that simple. Okay? So, number 2. Now, what's our steps here? What did we do here? What did we do for blue? Substitution, right? Then we divided. So when you divide on both sides, what's that called? Is that SA or DM?
Yeah.
DM. With the arrow on the bottom. Okay? Then in the purple, what did we do? We substituted, right?
Yeah.
But then we didn't have to do anything because it was just done. So that's it. You're showing me what you did, right? On the state test, we're going to go further. So by this midterm, we're going to be able to say, down here, we're going to say, oh, I plugged in, or I substituted in a 0 for x, and solved for y, and found it to be -2. Then I plotted the coordinate 0, -2. Then I substituted in 0 for y and solved for x, and I found the coordinate, and I plotted the coordinate, which was the x-intercept. The first coordinate was the y-intercept, and now I have my line. Okay? And you would write that just how I said it, in words, or you will not pass that state test. Okay? Now, in addition to that, what if I want to know the equation? So what's our goddess equation?
Y equals
Y equals mx plus b. What are the two letters I need to know for this equation?
Y and X.
M and
B.
b. Do we know b? What is b? We know m is the slope. We figured that out. What's b?
I don't know.
What are the two things we need? Slope and
The Y.
the y-intercept. Right? Not just the y-intercept. Where it crosses the y-axis. Right? So that means that b equals the y-intercept. You feel me?
Yeah. I
Alright?
feel you.
So, what is b in this case? Come on guys, what's b? Where's it cross the y-intercept? -2. Good try, Carlos. At least you were looking. Please put the phone away for a couple more minutes. Next. What's my slope? What's my rise over run?
-4.
So how much do I go up? 2. Good. I went up 2.
Over 8.
Over, right or left?
Right.
Right, 8. Okay? So I went right 8. What is 2 over 8? What goes into 2 and 8?
4.
Yes. So 2 goes into 2 once, and 2 goes into 8
4.
4 times, right? So what's my equation then? So what did I do here? I used the definition of what? The definition of y equals mx plus b, right? Found m, found b, and I plug it into my y equals mx plus b. What is y equals mx plus b? Y equals x. What is m?
1/4.
1/4. What is b? -2. And that is your equation for the line. Right? Okay? So if we do this for number 2, okay, I'm going to do number 2 real quickly, then I'm going to stop this film and we're going to talk about 3 and 4, and hopefully 5 and 6, but I don't know if we'll get that far. So, number 2, real quick like, what does it say? X plus 2y equals 0. Uh-oh. This one's going to be a little different. What happens when we plug a 0 in? Which one you plug a 0 in for this one? So what is 2 times y equals 0? What's y? 2 times what is 0?
0.
0, right? Uh-oh. So no matter which side I put a 0 in, it's going to be 0. But I do know one thing, the y-intercept, right? I know what b is. B equals to 0. That's good. Right? But I don't know the slope. Because I can't plug the 2 points in. See the problem? So how do I find that? What do I got to do? Move the x. Remember that? Minus x, minus x. So what did I do here? Is that SAD-MAP or PIMDOS? SAD-MAP. Is that SA?
Yes.
Okay, so that's SA. Okay? And what do I got? I've got 2y equals negative x. Right? Now I can say plus 0, and that's okay. Now, what do I got to do? Get y alone. Because it's y equals, not 2y equals mx plus b, it's y equals mx plus b. Divide by what? 2. And do I do it just the one thing or everything? Everything. Okay? Everything. Alright, so I get y equals, well, what's this? Negative x over 2. How would I rewrite that? What is that? There's a hidden 1 right there, right?
Yeah.
So it's negative what?
2.
Negative
2x. Oh yeah.
1/2. 1/2. Negative 1/2. X plus, what's 0 divided by 2?
0.
Still 0, because b is 0, right? What's our equation?
1/2.
Y equals mx plus b, right? So this is our equation. How do we graph it? What's m?
2.
What's m? Yeah, negative 1 over 2. B is 0, okay? So if I graph it, this is my point, and I go down 1, right?
Over 2.
Down 1 and right 2,
Yes.
okay? Or I can go up 1 and left 2. Either way, I'm left with the line, okay? So don't forget, if m equals negative 1 over 2, that's down
Yeah, you can show that.
1 and right 2. If it's 1 over negative 2, that's up 1 and left 2. Okay? All right, there you go. Go to class.